Oops, I forgot the intro. Oh well, we are live. Hey Carl, how are you? This is going to be a quickie. I just wanted to share this video because the other videos were leading up to this one about um, um, uh, the numbers and the spiritual and hi coffee first. Good to see you. And so this video, y'all, is amazing. Just somehow, some way, we got to get this sound going everywhere, all over the world. Hi, Daniel, Garrett. It's good to see y'all. Um, Hi, Ann. Good to see you. And yes, I checked out your lady. Um, she's pretty good. Thank you for giving me her name. Um, it wasn't her full name. Her last name is Hill, I think. And but I did sub to her, and I'll be checking her out. If the Hills are alive, the natives might be restless. The natives can be restless. We don't care. Y'all, this is amazing. It just, I've got to share this with you. It's like a 15-minute video, but the information in it is just jam-packed good. And Annie Jack, if you're out there anywhere, thank you. Kiss off. Good to see you. All right, y'all. Here it goes.
The original revelation that had been secreted for about 1,500 years, probably more. Very, very vitally important knowledge for spirituality, all religious beliefs, and even Eastern theology, the understanding of what we hold as dear spiritually. Spirit is energy. Energy is negatively charged electrons vibrating and spinning at certain frequencies. You know, we are the music. We're the manifestation of musical mathematics, of divine design, and the entire administration and rejuvenation and sustenance of who we are, our health, emotional state, happiness. It's all regulated musically, mathematically by frequency vibrations. 528 being the most important.
Could helpful frequencies like 528 hertz and other solfeggio tones create positive changes in our cells' vibrations? It seems very likely from what we've seen, but we're still waiting on modern medicine and science to catch up with what the ancients have known for at least 1,000 years. Everywhere we turn in nature, we find 528 hertz. Chlorophyll, which helps plants draw energy from light and gives them their green color, vibrates at 528 hertz. The bees that pollinate many of these plants buzz around at 528 hertz. And the rainbow that completes this picturesque scene has 528 hertz at its heart as well, as it reflects the same greenish-yellow light found in chlorophyll. The air we breathe also contains 528. We know that oxygen, for instance, carries these 528 resonating electrons. The basic structure of organic chemistry, the carbon-6 hexagonal ring, reflects the sacred geometry of 528 hertz frequency. But the frequency significance in the natural world isn't limited to this planet. In fact, when recordings of the sun made by NASA scientists are compared to a tuning fork, we find 528 hertz there as well. In 2010, there was a disaster at an oil rig owned by BP called the Deepwater Horizon, causing it to leak millions of barrels worth of oil into the Gulf of Mexico. An electromagnetic energy expert, John Hutchinson of Vancouver, along with his wife and research partner Nancy Hutchinson, decided to do something to help. They placed a device that emits frequencies on the beach about 25 feet from the water. and used 528 hertz and other solfeggio frequencies to treat the water. They only did this for 4 hours, but the waters had miraculously cleared by the next morning. In fact, the water had so improved that dolphins, fish, and crabs returned to the area when just a day before those same waters would have been lethal for marine life. Of course, such an incredible story as John and Nancy Hutchinson's experiment in the Gulf of Mexico is sure to attract skepticism. These skeptics included Dr. Robert Naiman, an analytical analyst with decades of experience. But when he and his company, Analytical Chemical Testing Laboratory, Inc., tested the samples, it removed all doubt. The Hutchinson's method had reduced the amount of oil and grease from 7 parts per million to less than 1 part per million. In other words, the waters they treated had contained huge amounts of oil, and now they contained almost none. The official statement by the Analytical Chemical Testing Laboratory, Inc. states, while the technology is not completely understood by the undersigned, it is clear that the process may have extreme value, and it should be given a chance to be presented and tested on a large-scale basis.
We go into water. Water's the structure based on 528. It's a 6-sided hexagonal shaped structure that forms to balance out the H2O molecules. You know, it's a tetrahedron structure, H2O is, but because of the polarity, again, energy, it always seeks a mate. So it shifts to balance, and then it becomes the Star of David, the amulet used by the Israelis to reflect like the key of the house of David. King David played a magic healing harp. It soothed souls of his enemies, bitter enemies, such as King Saul. You know, why? How? Today, when you walk into the city of David in Jerusalem, you walk through a healing harp, through this big harp, the heart of sunshine, the heart of the rainbow, the reason grass is green, the reason we're living off of oxygen that's vibrating in 528 frequency because it's resonating at the heart of sunshine. That's 528 nanometers, greenish yellow. Now you also understand Eastern theology, the green heart chakra. Wonderful. Now we understand the source of this loving energy is a frequency of 528, love 528. Magnificent revelations. And so with that truth, it brings life and restoration for the planet in great need of this intelligence. In 2009, I was the executive producer on a very vitally important event. It was called the Concert for the Living Waters. I did that with Dr. Emoto and many others. There was groups in 76 countries that participated, that prayed over water and played in instruments and tuned voices to 528 frequency love to give thanks to the living water. Again, living water, liquid God, it's in you. 80% of you is that.
Glenn Ryan of the Quantum Biology Research Lab in New York conducted an experiment where he exposed in vitro DNA to different styles of music. He converted the music to scalar audio waves and used a CD player to broadcast it to the DNA. Ryan then tested whether the music had any effect on how much UV light the DNA absorbed. DNA absorbs UV light when its helix unwinds. And the results? The Gregorian chants, which use the solfeggio scale, caused the DNA to absorb significantly more light. Rock music, on the other hand, had no such effect. Though that experiment included other solfeggio frequencies, 528 Hz has shown the ability to heal DNA all on its own, and is used by biochemists for just that. Apparently, 528 Hz's effect on the surrounding water helps heal the DNA's helix. Biochemist Steve Comiskey was quoted in the book The Fork in the Road as saying, "The 6-sided clear clusters that support the DNA double helix vibrate at a specific resonant frequency, 528 Hz. The late Dr. Candace Pert, an American neuroscientist and pharmacologist who discovered the opiate receptor and the cellular binding site for endorphins in the brain, said that the energies and vibrations of these frequencies affect us on a cellular level, opening our chromosomes and exposing the DNA. Dr. Horowitz once predicted that musicians shall remedy what ails humanity, and it's the musicians that are heading the charge to bring 528 Hz back to the people who need it. In fact, the legendary John Lennon may have paid the ultimate price in his attempts to spread the love frequency. The music researcher Lunar Tuner recently discovered that the mega popular song Imagine was actually recorded in 528 hertz. If you ever wondered why this song is so compelling and reaches so deeply into your soul, you know now. For example, the musician Scott Huckabee performs and records all of his music with A tuned to 444 hertz, which coincides with C at 528 hertz. Veteran piano designer and tuner Daniel Kohler has created prototype pianos that use the A at 444 hertz tuning in an effort to demonstrate its benefits.
You go back to the early 1500s. What is English? And this is in the book, Healing Codes for the Biological Apocalypse. One of the revelations was the fact that the English language is Hebrew backwards. Alphanumerically, again, alpha means there's letters and numbers associated, alphanumerics. And so the deciphering of the alphanumerics of the English language is vitally important in everything that we're looking at and we're perceiving. Have you ever wondered why there's so many X's? X. Elon Musk renames Twitter X. The answer to that question is right in the book of Healing Codes for the Biological Apocalypse, because the alphanumerics, A to Z, you have actually 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 8, because there's only 9 numbers in God's mathematical matrix. 10 is a man-made concept, this decimal system. So basically, you have 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 8, A to Z. That means that the 6s are F-O-X, Fox. So the X's and O's, when you kiss and hug people in writings, you're actually writing 6-6. And the 6s, you see, and I revealed this in the book Love, the real Da Vinci Code, because this is the Da Vinci Code. This is the real Da Vinci Code. I basically decrypted based on these revelations. Leonardo da Vinci's most famous drawing, the Vitruvian. They called it, the Roman Catholic Church named it the Vitruvian Man. But there's a woman behind the man. There's 2 people. There's 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head. There's a woman's head behind the man. And she has had the intelligence and wisdom to step out of the box that the man is stuck in, the box of earthly limitation. She alone touches with her hands, and her feet are on it. The circle, which the art historians say is the universal connection. So the universal man concept is depicted in that graphic. And basically, the real Da Vinci Code deals with this concept of love. There's 9 core creative frequencies only to the entire universe. So it's simple. It's not complex. How Creator administers the universe is not complex. 9 core creative frequencies. There's many other frequencies, of course, but they're harmonics, or they're in dissonance. They're disharmonic. And so basically that intelligence is vitally important when you start to dig into it. And then you realize how many applications, every industry is touched by this intelligence. Every industry can be completely remedied, revamped, and purified, and made righteous, right standing in the law. We're speaking Hebrew backwards. Hebrew was one of 3 sacred languages. Sanskrit, ancient Aramaic, and Hebrew were the sacred languages. What made them sacred is some research has been done in this field, where when you spoke those vibrations, then it caused certain frequencies to impact physical reality. And that's called cymatics, the science that studies the effect of sound on matter. So cymatically, the sacred languages created sacred geometry. Look at your body. You're a carbon-6 being. Why are you carbon-6? Well, we just talked about it. Because of 528 love. The sacred geometry of the hexagon, hexagonal shape, that's the basis for the Star of David. That's an amulet for protection. That's why it's the key of the house of David. 528, you reduce it. 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 8 is 15. Then you take the 1 plus 5, you add 1 plus 5, that's a 6. So you talk about miracle 6, MI6, third note of the original solfeggio musical scale, pure love. And science shows that that's a powerful antioxidant. There's been 3 independent studies having nothing to do with me. They don't even mention my work. They don't even mention the fact that their work was inspired by my book of Healing Codes for the Biological Apocalypse and these revelations, showing you the power of 528 alone, just the pure tone, powerful antioxidant, increases antioxidant activity in the body 100%, just the pure tone. Now, that's where hydrogen is giving off that frequency. How can we say that? Because it's obviously so. Look at sunshine. Solar radiation pops off of hydrogen exclusively. It's all hydrogen coming in. And what's it producing? The rainbow. And what's at the heart of rainbow? Greenish yellow. 528 nanometers of light in the electromagnetic color spectrum. And what is that? How does that impact us? How does it impact our environment? Hello, oxygen, chlorophyll. What color is it? Greenish yellow. What's it doing? Vibrating to the heart of sunshine, saying, give me more of that stuff. I love that energy. They take that in, chlorophyll, and it produces oxygen, and we're living off of it. Reflects to the Bible and says the life is in the blood. And what's in the blood carrying the life? Hemoglobin. Well, look at the structure. Goes right back to the hexagonal shape. It's virtually identical to chlorophyll with the substitution of iron instead of magnesium. Magnesium is green in plants. Our blood is red. One little atom changes that. Magnesium, one element, magnesium goes to iron, gives you hemoglobin instead of the life that's in the blood called chlorophyll. Starting with hydrogen and the frequency of love 528 in the solar radiation popping off of the hydrogen. There's why it is that the big rage right now in health, hydrogenated water, it's called. It's the hydrogen that's doing it. And more importantly, it's the frequency, the musical mathematics of divine design that's bringing the antioxidant remedial energy to us. Isn't that beautiful?
Okay. Isn't that amazing? Why is it kept secret? But it hasn't really been kept secret. We've been questioning this. We've been questioning the free energy. We've been questioning the towers on top of the cathedrals and all the buildings of old. We have the power right here with us at our fingertips to, can you imagine what that would do? Okay, if that cleared the oil out of the water, oh my goodness, the endless possibilities. They couldn't even use the climate change or the global warming or any of that, because, and we know the earth heals itself. There has to be a way for it to do that. It's all around us. But I think if we can get that sound going all over the place, what you know how music soothes the beast? You've seen the videos where they do the music for the gorillas and they just calm down. And so what if that is the answer to wars and everything? It calms everybody down and there's no conflicts, no any of that. What if that is the answer, y'all? Am I crazy? Probably. It's well known, but I don't care. It could be, it's worth a try. It's worth doing something to see if it actually works. Frog. Oil water. No. I just saw this thing where we got so much plastics in us it isn't even funny. And that's what clogs the arteries and all of that. What if this clears out the plastics? What if it clears out the metals? What if it clears out everything that is harmful to us? Could it be? Low vibrations and negativity. I think that's what feeds the illness, the whatever you call it. Yes. So we got to up our vibrations. What's that song? Good vibrations. That's what I should have named it. Oh well. It just came to me. And yes, that it can change the DNA. No, I think that it can happen. Now this makes me want to go to the musicians. All right, all y'all, get on this. This is the frequencies you need to use. We all are, Frog. And I have drank out of plastic bottles all my life. Okay, y'all, I got to end this. I got company coming, but I'll try to come back on later. Love y'all. Have a good day. Up your frequencies. Taiwan life. Love ya. Bye. Y'all have a good evening. It's true. It's true.